What's up, y'all? Thanks for stopping by the Surge T channel. I am Surge T, and this video tonight I will be doing my rundown and thoughts on AEW Rampage for the 19th of November 2021, and it starts off with a match between Darby Allin and Billy Gunn, and the guy is 58 years old. Billy Gunn. Guy still put together. Guy still is in great shape. But how long can this guy go? I mean, Father Time is kind of knocking on his door, but for the meantime, he looked pretty good in this match. He was pretty much using his weight advantage and his size advantage over Darby Allin, throwing him around, tossing him from one side of the ring to the other. A lot of chicanery and a lot of interfering from his sons, Colton and Austin. But it wasn't enough, as Darby Allin not only had to hit one coffin drop on Billy Gunn, who impressively kicked out, but then he was on the receiving end of two. And that second one was all Darby Allin needed. And after hitting that, he got the 1, 2, 3 on Billy Gunn, and he wins this match. And Billy and Sting actually went at it, but Billy Gunn dropped the stinger, as his sons did the same thing to Darby Allin, leaving them in the ring, leaving them laid out. Maybe this is going to be a lead to a tag team match with Stinger and Darby versus probably the sons of Billy Gunn, or maybe Billy Gunn and Colton, or Billy Gunn and Austin. Whoever the combo is, at least we're seeing the Gun Club featured. They're usually usually they're on Elevation, and they're on uh, Dark, and they've rung up a pretty impressive record. I believe they were undefeated as any combo of the Gun Club. And they were always talking. Remember how he was before? They were talking about how they're complaining about not getting title shots, and they should, right? But I'm a big fan of Billy Gunn. Have been since his days in WWE when he was part of the New Age Outlaws, DX, and all like that. He's had his issues. He's had his problems. Been fired from WWE. And steroids, and something is coming up, and him doing extracurricular activities when it comes to like competing for bodybuilding competition. It kind of, I don't know what that entailed as to why he got punished for that, or removed or fired for that. I'm trying to remember what happened with him, but WWE wasn't really happy with that. But he's in AEW and he's doing well, and I'm glad for him, and I'm glad that he's there, and he can still go. That's pretty impressive in its own right. Now, QT Marshall challenges CM Punk in Chicago on Dynamite next week. That's going to be the Dynamite Thanksgiving match. And it's a pretty impressive card that they got up for that special edition coming Wednesday. And we'll see CM Punk accept the challenge. Now, Men of the Year are far from finished with the Inner Circle. We're going to kick anyone's ass who gets in their way. Apparently, like I said, they're not done with each other. Jericho is on commentary, and pretty much you can definitely hear that him and his boys in the Inner Circle are not done with Men of the Year as well. Or according to what Men of the Year said, what's called Dan Lambert ain't done. Dan Lambert was on the receiving end of a pretty bad beatdown, topped off with a frog splash by Jericho, in tribute to his his friend who's passed away a long time ago. We all know Eddie Guerrero. That was one of his best friends, regarded him as a brother. And, that was a really good way to end that match. And who's up for that match? I think I am. I like to see what goes on, but I like to see the Men of the Year take on two of Jericho's guys, and I don't know about seeing the all America's Top Team again. I think once was enough for me. Jade Cargill versus Red Velvet in the quarterfinal round of the TBS Women's Championship Tournament, with the winner facing the winner of the Thunder Rosa Jamie Hayter match. And in the end, Red Velvet's going to give a 100%. She's going to give her all and really take it to Jade Cargill. And she really did have Jade Cargill down a number of times. Looked like she could pin her, submit her, whatever. But it wasn't enough, Jade Cargill ends up pinning Red Velvet after Velvet becomes jaded. That move where she just flat out just slams her face into the mat. And that was it. And who thought that it was going to happen any other way? Jade Cargill's on a roll. I think they want her to become an undefeated champion. They want her to be undefeated and become the inaugural TBS Women's Champion. And even though it's looks to be predictable, but at the same time, the way they're booking her, she looks good. She looks strong. She did a fall away slam and didn't fall away, like they were talking about. She threw Red Velvet over her head, behind her, and then she just kind of like she just was in. She was like in bent back motion, but she didn't go down on the mat. She just went bent back a little bit and went back up. And then she had that look on her face like, yeah, I did that. Well, I dare any of you to try to do that. That's a look on her face, and everybody in the crowd was eating it up. They loved it. This girl is like, this woman is a prototype of this generation's women's wrestler. If you wanna, you know how to, how to create a prototype of what a women's wrestler in this generation looks like, that's Jade Cargill. She's impressive. I can't help but look at her. She's gorgeous. She's got a beautiful body. She's built, and she's amazing. So it's just like, if you want your prototype, there you go. Now Thunder Rosa, backstage, pre-recorded interview, and she's looking to beat douche number 2. That's what she said. Jamie Hayter, after beating douche number 1 Reba, so she can be on her way to becoming the first ever TBS Women's Champion. She has Jade Cargill. If she gets past Jamie Hayter, she's gonna have a one tough, you know, effort or what match? What do you want to call it? She's gonna have one, we call it mountain to climb, and that is in the form of Jade Cargill. So let's see what happens. Now QT show up with Camarado and Solo and Gogo. I just realized that they all end in O's, and they're all O's, zeros. And that's CM Punk talking, and in his backyard, Punk's going to find out who the real turkey is. Of course, they're going to be facing off at Dynamite Thanksgiving this coming Wednesday. So CM Punk is, kind of going to stop his momentum a little bit. Taking on top tier guys. He's going to kind of shut this guy up and then continue his climb, I think. Because who doesn't want to see QT Marshall get his ass beat? I know I do. Now, Bobby Fish and Adam Cole versus Jurassic Express. This is the main event of Rampage. And the match was a very, very physical match. I love seeing Fish and Cole together again. And they have some chemistry. They have not lost that chemistry since departing ways in NXT. Because even before they left NXT, left WWE, they were on bad terms. They split and everything like that. I think they had somewhat of a rivalry starting, a feud, and then Cole left and everything. So here they are, and it looks like the old days of Undisputed Era when they were in NXT is still alive and well. But Jurassic Express, along with Jungle Boy, especially Jungle Boy. The one thing about Jungle Boy is when he does that thing where he grabs somebody's hand, he slaps, he does a chop to a person's chest, and then he jumps on top rope, and he does that little bouncy thing, flips over, and then does an arm drag. He tried that twice. And he actually did it twice to Cole and then to Fish. But then how come these guys don't go, I know where he's going to go. Like you're just holding his hand as he's doing the bouncy bouncy thing. And I go, once he tries to get off the ropes, man, all you had to do is clothesline him. All you have to do is duck out of the way, and he'll just roll over, and then you could just do whatever kind of move to him. It's one of those things where it's like I think Jungle Boy, as talented as he is, he's one of my favorites, but he does that too much. It's just like someone doing the Rock doing the you know the people's elbow too many times in a match or stuff like that. John Cena doing the damn five moves of doom, and then when he goes to he does that thing where he does a shoulder block, and then why does somebody always have to try to hit him? And then of course when you hit him and miss, John Cena picks you up and does the thing, right? Build your back suplex, whatever you want to call it, and slams you to the ground. It's like here, same thing. Like, don't use it too many times there, Jungle Boy. You're one of my favorites. I love watching you in the ring. Just don't do that again. Or at least don't do it more than once. You're going to get caught. This is my advice to you. Please. You know better than that. You're still young in the game, but you're very talented. And you know better. You've been at it long enough to know, man, don't use your moves too much. Kind of keep that in your keep that to yourself, pull it out when you need it, and do it once and do it at a vital time, during the match, because I'm surprised Bobby Fish just didn't go pop him, duck out of the way, or stop him, when he's up on the top rope, hit the rope, and then he'll slip down, and then he'll what do you call it, crotch himself on the top rope or something, take him out, but that was that, and that was a fun match. I loved it. I think I liked I think I loved everything on this. I think I really did. I liked all the matches. I thought it was really a good way to kind of like on the heels of after Full Gear, is that we have a lot of rivalries and feuds, and the next step in people's the programs that they're having right now with whomever. It's a good way to continue the momentum from there, because God, how are you going to top that pay-per-view? It's going to be a hard task, but these guys always do. They always do. They've been getting better and better. And Rampage pulled out another one. I love it. Last week was great. On the heels, right before, I should say, the go-home show for, Full Gear, and it was great. Because I've been very critical of it in the past. Kind of off to a rough start. Some matches that you're wondering why is this match a number one not number one contender, but main event. Why did he go with this match? And I'm not the only one that said it. There's people on on their YouTube channels, and people on wrestling sites are we're saying the same thing, and then they're getting better and better. The commentary. Somebody must have talked to them and told them, hey, you're getting too many complaints. Hey, you guys need to stop the silliness. Hey, you guys need to at least stay in character. Look at Jericho now. He's a babyface now when he does the, and then Taz, even though he does put in his color commentary wisdom and all that stuff like he likes to do, but he's still at times you hear him be a heel. Don't change your character just because you're on commentary. And I like seeing what I'm hearing. Or hearing what I'm seeing. Yeah, hearing what I'm saying. That's how you say it, right? Yeah. But like I said, I loved it. I thought they put out another great episode for Rampage, and that is my video. So for those of you who stopped by and checked out my video, I appreciate it. And in closing, as always, take care.